Welcome everybody, my name is Christine. I have a new channel name and a new format. This is my face, which is a first for everybody on the internet to see. I have been cross-stitching for 2 years. I started in 2023 and I have like 60 seconds worth of housekeeping and background to do, and then we're going to get into it. So I live in Melbourne, Victoria with my partner of 8 years. I have 3 kids, an 18-year-old, 4-year-old and 2-year-old. I will not be apologizing for my appearance or that I have threads hanging down off my fabric, because that's just how I roll. I do a little bit of cross country and I like to park my threads, and when I get to it, I pick it up again. So that's how I cross stitch. So yeah, I won't be apologizing for that. I have a new motto, which is life is too short to be stitching backgrounds. So if the background is white and the thread is white, it's not happening. It's just simply not happening. I don't really follow trends or cross-stitch community calendars or anything like that. So I haven't done May Mania. Coincidentally though, at the start of the month, I decided I was going to start every single pattern that I own, which is not a lot by comparison to some people. It's a lot for me. I've never had 14 whips at one time. But I had a bit of a health scare in February, not going to get into it, but it got me all thinking about my mortality and my possessions and why I've got things. And I don't want a pattern stash or a collection. I want to be working on my things. So every almost second day this month, I started a new project. So on that date that I started the project, that day is dedicated every single month to working only on that project. And every day in between that didn't have a start is spinning the wheel. I have a wheel, I'll pop it in now, and whatever pops up, I do 100 stitches on it, and I do that however many times I feel like during the day, or depending on how much time I have. I update monthly, so let's get into it. So on the 1st of March 2023, I started 9 fish, which was pretty much my first ever project. So I hope you got all that. I have this much to go. So that's 2 more hoop moves. Perhaps I'll get it done this month. Maybe I won't. I mean, like June. We'll see. There's no rush on any of these. I just don't want to be collecting. So on the 2nd, I started one called Girl and Cat, which is a Temu purchase from when I first started cross-stitching. This is stamped. This was me getting into it because I didn't think I could do counted. So I've just done her hair and her eyebrow and her bow, most of her bow. For reference, that's it. Again, this blue here and this yellow here is all white background. So that's not getting stitched. I love this one because it reminds me of Kiki's delivery service. I know it's not, but the girl and the cat remind me of that, and I think that's a brilliant anime. On the 4th, I just realized I'm not going to get these back in the bags during the video, so on the 4th, I started gingerbread houses. really hard to see what I'm doing in this format. There's many different fabrics to choose for this one, and I thought the dark blue was really cute and made the colours pop. So there's that. On the 6th, I started Halloween Advent. I'm trying to get out of the way because I don't know how big these pop-ups are going to be. I am notoriously terrible at sizing up my fabric and making sure it can fit, so I went straight across and it was still out. This one's going to be quite big. On the 6th, I started Potion Station. Supposed to be telling you what I'm doing. I don't think I'm going to backtrack. I will just put the names of the shops or wherever I got these from. 90% of them are 10% are Temu, 90% are Etsy. That's not true because there's one that's directly from a website. This is started on the 8th. This is Potion Station by Boogie Stitcher. She started a Facebook page and I think she's just great. I've started following her on YouTube and then she started a Facebook group and I think she's pretty awesome. To the point where I ordered this without looking at how many colours and what size it would be. And it was quite big with 90 colours. And I mentioned something on the Facebook group like, yikes, but it's okay because that's my purchase. I did that. That's my fault. And she immediately offered to send me or redo the whole pattern and send me a variation on it. So I was really grateful for that. This is a little bit cropped. So it's a little bit smaller to fit on this fabric because I did order fabric to do the other one and it just came in too small. And this is 70 colours. This is 70 colours. These are floss drops from Hero and Stitch. And I just think they're the greatest. I think they are the best thing since sliced bread. You have a place to put the number on, a place for your ring, and the floss. I love these so much. I've made 3 orders because I just always don't have enough. I think I have enough now. But yeah, I think they're fantastic. Right, that was Potion Station by Boogie Stitcher. Ashley is great. I love it. So, on the 12th, I started, I call it Tina, but I think it's actually called Tina Belcher. You will see it. This is, I'm doing 4/1 because I was on Reddit in a cross stitch community and I don't know how it came up, it was just in the comments talking about preferred stitches and what people stitch on a 14 count. And this woman was saying that she's just far too lazy to not do loop start. That's the one. I love loop start. That's my favorite. And she's far too lazy to not do it. So for fuller coverage, instead of doing 3, she does 4. and I thought I'll try that. And it actually is fantastic coverage. It is a bit thick. I'm not sure if I'll do it again, but I think this piece looks really cool for it. So that's good. I didn't mention Potion Station is 4/110. I had all these plans to let you know the fabric and what stitching I was doing, and whoop, camera's on. It's all gone out of my head. On the 13th, I started Girl and Lion. This is another stamped. Have I shown you the picture? There you go. And I've only done this section here to here. There's the back. This is like a watercolor one. I thought it's pretty cool. So it's not massive. It's a lot of blocking, which is great for if I'm watching a movie or I'm just tired or I can't really be bothered, then I can just pop in a thread or two. This is also tent. This is 6/1 10 stitch because it's on 11 count. And so it's going pretty fast. Okay, that's that box. On the 14th, I started Royals. This was on my wish list for a long time. A long time. And then I pulled the trigger and bought it. And then it was in my stash for 3 months because I wanted to do it as a New Year start. And then I was going to do it as a birthday start. My birthday's in February. And then I don't know, just put it off. And I'm glad I started it. I love it. This is going to be a big one. Ooh. Boop. Okay. So this is left to right, King Richard III, King Henry VII, and King Henry VIII. I think this is just so cute. Very simple, but they've got the perfect amount of details in there that you could look at it and know who they are. I don't know why. I've never been to England or Scotland, but I've always got a soft spot for like the royal family and history and learning about the monarchy. So while I stitch this, I listen to, well, I watch like history podcasts. This isn't called Royals. I call it Royals. This is actually called Kings and Queens. No. Kings and Queens of England and UK. I have my whiteboard behind you that I'm just reading. Love it. I've been starting to listen to audiobooks while I stitch as well, based on the theme of what I'm working on. Love it. This one is Beta Fish, which I was actually going to be stitching for my sister-in-law. My future sister-in-law. I'm not married yet. And as I'm talking, I'll put the picture up, I think. I was really excited because they came on these little floss drops, which I'm not a fan of. They're not floss drops. They're, what are they? You know what they are. And they came in a bag already like this. And the colors look really beautiful. And I had this box. And look how perfectly these fit in. There's 25 colors and 25 spots. And I was like, this is exciting. This is so cool. I started it. That's my baby through the monitor. I started it and it's awful. One moment. I'll be back in a flash. Okay, back. Magic of editing. Right, as I was saying, this fish. The pattern looks great. It looks like it's going to be fantastic. But the colours are just not it, yeah? That looks nothing. Whoop, like that. Nothing. Those colours. And I have done the whole head. This whole bit is done. Is that upside down? Oh my goodness. It would help if I had it the right way. This is actually stitched colour. That's not stamping right there. That looks awful. So this isn't happening. I will be unpicking the threads, washing the Ada, and I've got a bit of 11 count. Not that I do 11 count counted, but who knows. So I love this, don't love that. So those threads will be going into stash, and that has been UFO'd. So I actually only have 13 whips. Right, next, looking at my board, Goosebumps. This is one of the few I haven't taken out of the hoop. All the rest of my whips are in hoops, but I took them all out to do this video. But I didn't want to take this out because it was a little bit like tricky to get it in, and I've still got to do all of this anyway. So I've started the fist of the second goose here, and I don't know, I just like some little funny ones. Goosebumps, that's so cute, love it. So wait, beta fish was started on the 18th. That was scrapped the very next day. Goosebumps was started on the 19th. On the 21st, I started Sampler Quaker Village. Sorry, my bags have got muddled up somehow. Oh, again, yeah, this one's still in its hoop. Sampler Quaker Village. I didn't start this one for the longest time because I didn't know what colour Ada I wanted it on, but I chose this pink. And this pink, and I thought that looks really, really cute together. That is 3832. So it's on 14 count. I love it so far. I think it looks gorgeous. And that's how big it will be. And it's just got me thinking, have I stitched it the wrong way on the fabric? That wouldn't surprise me at all. Honestly, that would not surprise me at all. I hope not. Sampler Quaker Village. On the 25th, I started Napoleon Dynamite Tina You Fat Lard. I haven't got very far with this one, so right now it's just my very own creation that insults me. Again, a nice little simple fast stitch. This will probably get done in June. I love the cursive on that. And I'm really looking forward to putting the llama in. I love Napoleon Dynamite. I think it was a brilliant, brilliant movie. The 23rd, I started Sampler Santa, which is another monochromatic. I chose $8.90, and I think I did do a bit of this last month. I'm sure there's a before picture. And this is what it's looking like now. So no longer does it look like my reindeer's done a poop. That's actually Santa's sleigh. I love all this up here, these fancy borders. So there is a number of themed. On the 26th of October last year, I started Pokemon. So there's definitely some before pictures of this one. This is quite a large piece of fabric. It's very large fabric, which you can't see it all anyway. So I'm just gonna fold this up, foldy fold, so it's manageable to show you what I have done. I love that this is going to be round and it's going to be massive. And although this is a Lord Liberton, and some of the colours are a bit off, but in the scheme of things, when it's all done, I'm not sure it's really going to matter. This is going to be very big, and it will be one of the few pieces I'll get professionally framed. I'm going to get 9 fish professionally framed, and this one. And the rest I just frame up myself. I literally take the piece into Kmart and I put it against all the frames and see what frame it will fit in. And that's how I frame. I have been told it's not the best method to have the cross stitch pressed against the glass. Firstly, I'm pretty new. Secondly, I'm not too bothered. Like, whatever. This is 90 threads, 90 flosses. You think that surely I'm not far off having a full set of DMC, which is what I've solely stitched in DMC. And then it feels like every single time I start a pattern or I kit up, because I like to kit up, very basic. I don't like to spend my money where I don't need to. I use these bags and I use, of course it's not on that. Let me show you. Very small magnets I got off Temu. They're very cheap, but they're very strong. And that is all that I do for my cross stitches, because I'd rather spend my money on patterns and fabric and floss than on things that really aren't going to matter at the end of the day. So I don't know where I was going with that. I've got no idea. Right, next up, I am quite a fan of Stuart in Stitches, and I was watching his, I don't know if his most recent video or the video before, but he mentioned that he watches a lady called the Lancashire Stitcher, and I can't remember her name right now. I did write it down, but I don't know where it is. And she, I don't know, you might know the story. I don't know the full story, so very briefly, very basic. She likes to stitch on all sorts of stuff, and some of her things have dragons, and one of her viewers made a comment that dragons are like bad, hoodoo, voodoo, whatever, and she got a bit upset about it. So someone else made a comment that she should start a dragon stitch along, and everyone should just jump on board and stitch a piece with a dragon in it. And I was like, yeah, I'm petty. I'll get on board with that. Not that it's going to make any difference to anyone, but I love dragons as well. So I bought a pattern off Etsy just for this. I started this on the 28th. And this is my progress. I'm doing 4 over 1/10 stitch. Admittedly, like I've been back and forth, and just this morning I decided to just commit back and forth about whether I should be doing full crosses. But I'm just going to commit and hope that it all comes together, because once it's back here, once I'm not so up close, hopefully it all comes together. And if not, it's not a massive piece and it's not the end of the world. I think it'll turn out okay. So that was the 28th and final pattern. I do not own any other patterns. I don't have any more in stash. This is literally every single one I own. So minus the beta fish, I have 13 whips, which I stitch every single day, and there will be an exciting update next month because I will have work on them. I think that's it. I completely forgot bits and pieces here and there, but whatever it is, absolutely fine. I will update you next month. Take care, enjoy your stitching. Bye.